Today's video is all about getting you from here to here in 5 simple steps. Hey there Power BI enthusiasts! This tutorial is specially crafted without diving into the complexities of DAX. In this tutorial we're picking up right where we left off last time when we imported data into the Power BI desktop. Before we dive into the exciting part, it's important to note that the data has undergone thorough cleaning and the data model is finalized. First step, sketching our report by using the Z pattern dashboard scanning. Imagine your report as a story where the line of sight guides your audience's eyes in a natural sequence from the top left corner to the top right corner, and then it will drop to the bottom left corner and finally to the bottom right corner. By strategically placing key elements along this path, we ensure a seamless and intuitive user experience. Given this, my preference is to position the KPIs at the top section of the report, place the charts and graphs in the middle section, and reserve the bottom section for more granular data or text. Second step is setting up the canvas. In order to do this, we need to go to the Format pane, and from here in the canvas settings, we can change the canvas size. To do that, we select Custom, and then we select 900 by 1600 pixels. The next thing I want to do is align it to the middle so it can always be centered on my screen. Next, we infuse a touch of elegance by changing the background color. In order to create contrast with our visuals and make our life easier during the building stage of the report, I would like to change the background color to something a bit darker. To do that, we need to go to Canvas Background and from here to Color. Here we can choose one of the colors already provided to us, or we can input one of our colors. To do that, we need to go to More Colors and we can introduce a code that we already know. For this instance, it will be F3, F4, F6. For the color to become visible, we need to set the transparency to 0. The third step involves choosing the visuals. Navigate to the Insert section on the Home tab in the ribbon. In our report, we'll incorporate the following elements: a slicer serving as a time filter, a KPI card specifically designed to showcase aggregated data, a line chart illustrating the sales trend over time, a bar chart highlight the sales distribution by industry, a multi-row card presenting the total sales and the quantity of products sold in each area, and a stacked bar chart which will show us the sales for each area manager. This diverse set of visualizations will provide a comprehensive overview of the relevant data, enhancing the depth and clarity of your report. Now let's populate these visuals with data. Select the data we want to use. We need to go to the right hand side and open the data pane. To add data to a visual, we have 3 options. First option is drag and drop. Let's start with the slicer. For the slicer, we want to go to Orders, Order Date, and from here in the date hierarchy, click, drag and drop the year on top of the slicer. For the KPI card, we will select the sales total, and from the sales table, we will select quantity, and then carriage charge, and finally orders total. The second way to add data into a visual is by selecting the visual and then checking the box for the data that you want to put in that visual. For example, for the line chart, we will select the month and the sales total. Next, the clustered bar chart. Here we will select the sales total from the orders table, and from the industry sector we will select the name. And the third option is by using the Build a Visual pane. Let's select the multi-row card first. We want to click on Add Data and we will select first the area name, and then we will select from the orders table the sales total, and from the sales table we will select the quantity. And for the last visual, for the x-axis, we will select the total sales from the orders table, and for the legend we will select the area manager from the area managers table. Step 4, it's all about elevating the aesthetics of the report, addressing its current lack of polish. Along the way I will give you a couple of time-saving tips. First step is to rename all the data fields. To do that, we need to select a visual, and in the Build a Visual data pane we can double click on each of the fields and rename them. For examples, this will be renamed sales. And for the legend, we will rename area underscore manager to area manager. We will do this for each and every visual on our report. So on the KPI card, we will have sales and then quantity. And then we will have carriage. And then we will have total revenue. I will do this for every table, and then we will catch up. Next step is to change the settings for each visual. For that, you need to select the visual, and from there you need to select the format pane on the right hand side. Over here you will see that you have various options from size and style to values and other options. For the slicer, first thing we want to change are the settings. In slicer setting options, you will see that we have multiple options: vertical, left, tile, drop down, between. I will select for this one tile. What to do is remove the slicer header because it is redundant. And next I want to change the font size and the font color. To do that, we need to go in values, and over here we can change the font size to 15, and the font color we can choose whatever color we would like. On this occasion I will choose this color, which I like very much. Next, let's move to the KPI card. Over here I want to change the font and sizes for the callout values and for the label. For the callout values, you need to go to callout values, and in values for the font we will select Siguri UI bold, and I will change the size to 40. And I will change then the color to a specific color that I already chose. And then for the labels I will do the same thing. I will select Siguri UI semi-bold. I will change the size to 20, and then I will select position below the value. Next thing we want to do is align both the values and the label to the center. To do that, we need to go in values and click on horizontal alignment center. You see, it's already starting to look better. Now let's move to the line chart. First thing we want to change is the title. To do that, we need to go to the title section, and from here to title. We can change the title and type in whatever we like. On this occasion it will be sales trend over time. Again, we can select a different font, and we will use Siguri UI semi-bold, and for the size we will keep it the same. The text color, I would choose the one that we used for the slicer earlier. And now a time-saving tip. If you want to change the same settings to a different visuals, all you have to do is click on that visual, and then you can pick up on the same settings area. For example, on here we will change the title to sales by industry sector. And again, we will change the font. Siguri UI semi-bold, we will change the color, and so on. And we can repeat that with the last visual as well, where we can say sales by area manager, select the font, the size, and the color. This makes it a lot easier to change the settings without forgetting whatever values you have put to the previous visualization. Now let's go back to the line chart and do the rest of the changes that we want to do. In the x-axis we want to change the size of the font to 10. We want to change the color, and what I want to do is make it bold. Again, over here I do not really want to see the month, as it is not necessary and a bit redundant. Then I can move to the sales by industry sector and repeat the process. Again, eliminate the title, and finally we can go to the sales by area manager and again repeat the process. Select the color, select the font size, and remove the title. Going back to the sales trend over time, we want to go to the y-axis and repeat the process. In the values we will select size 10, we will select the color, we will make the font bold, and we will remove the title. And let's repeat the process for the sale by industry sector. Size, color, bold, remove title, and again for the sales by area manager we will change the same settings and make them look alike. Looking to the sales by industry sector, we can see that the industry sector is not displayed properly. To make it look good, we need to select the sale by industry sector, go in the y-axis and increase the maximum width of the y-axis. And as you can see, now the industry sectors are displayed properly. Oh, and one last thing I've noticed, on the x-axis I forgot to remove the title. The last visual we need to change is the multi-row card. For this card we want to change the visual appeal of the callout values, of the category labels and of the cards. We will start with the callout values. First of all, we will change the weight to bold and change the color to the one that we previously used for the slicer. Then for the category labels, we will select a different font. We will select CGUI UI semi-bold and we will change the color to black. And finally, for the cards, we will select a different font, and in this case it will be CGUI UI bold. We can make it a little bit bigger and we can change the color to, let's say, this green. With step 4 now completed, you might want to contemplate wrapping up for the day, acknowledging the creation of a well-presented report that is not only easy to understand, but also tells a compelling story. However, let's take it a step further and enhance it by using the native features of Power BI Desktop. This is step number 5, and we will achieve everything we want to do by adjusting sizes, style and colors for each visualization. Before I start changing the settings for the next visual, which will be the sales by industry sector, let me tell you that at the end of this I will give you another time-saving tip. But before that, let's continue. Let's start by adding more space between the edge of the visual and the text. To do that, we need to go to size and style, and from there to padding. Over here we can change the values for all 4 sides. Next, I want to round the corners up. To do that, we need to turn on the visual border and change the rounded corner value to 5. Also, I don't want the line to be visible, so I will turn the color to white. And the final thing, I want to add a bit of depth to our report. To do that, I will turn on the shadow. If you open the shadow settings, you can see that we have 2 types of offset, outside and inside. For this report, we will go with outside. Then you have position, and you can choose right, bottom, left, and so on. But for this report we will choose custom, as it gives us the option to play with the size, with the blur, with the angle, the distance and the transparency. As you can see, it's already looking much better. But I want to do something about the title. The title looks a bit dull. So let's go back and select the visual and we will scroll down to the title area. In the title we can select a background color, and we'll choose this lovely green. We can change the color so it creates a nice contrast. We can actually add a divider, which will add a very nice separation line between the title and the rest of the visual. And by modifying the space over here, we can make sure that the space is even on all sides. And the last thing I want to change about the visual is the color of the bars. To do that, I need to scroll down all the way to the bars. And over here, I can choose a different color. For this instance, I will choose this green. Now is the tip time. With the visual selected, you can click on Format Painter and then you can click on each of the other visuals and it will copy all the settings from the visual that you have started with. So let's quickly change all the other visuals in one quick go. Click on Format Painter and then click on the visual. Click on Format Painter and then click on the visual. And just like that, we copied all the settings to the other 4 visuals. The only one left, it's the multi-row card, which we just changed. Now it looks a lot better. Is there anything else that we could improve? Yes, it is. And I'll walk you through a couple of changes now. First of them will be to change this line chart to an area chart and give it a bit more depth, maybe. Now, as you can see on the sales by industry sector, the color of all the bars is green. On this side, on the sales trend over time, the color of the line is blue. It's not matching, so let's change the color. In order to do that, we select the visual, we scroll down all the way to lines, and here we select colors, and from here we select the color that we want. We can also change in the shade area the transparency for the area underneath the line. We can set it higher, we can set it lower. It's really entirely up to us what we want to do. We might even leave it the same. Next thing I want to do is make this multi-row card look a bit better. So for the minute it looks okay, but it's not exactly what I would like it to be. So in order to change it, all I will do is change the color for the card's title to orange, change the color of the accent bar to orange, and then the callout values, I will change them to this lovely green we're using in the rest of the report. Maybe even increasing the font size to 14 for the callout values and to 15 for the title. With our attention to the sales by area manager. Let's select it, and from here we scroll down to bars. And in layout, we will turn on the sort on by value and the reverse order. Then what we like to change is the color for all the bars. In order to do that, we need to change the series. For example, we will choose Alex Turner, and from here we can use a different color that we want to add. Let's start with this very nice green, and then the next one, it will be Sarah Reynolds. For Sarah, we can choose a slightly lighter variation of color, and so on, and we will create a very nice and cohesive visual. If you give me a minute, I will change all the other ones, and we're done. And the final change with regards to color would be for the bars on the sales by industry sector. Over here, we select the visual, we go to the bar and then color, and then we choose conditional formatting. This will open a new window in which you can choose gradient. The field the gradient will be based on, in which in this case is the sales total. And then you can select a color for the lowest value, and in this case we will choose a very light green. And then you can choose the color for the highest value, and we will choose the dark green. And once we finish with this, click OK, and as you can see, it becomes lighter and lighter the lower it goes. But one downside is that it adds this legend. What can we do about it? Well, in this case, all we could do about it is turn it off. And there we have it. We finished all the changes that we wanted to do in terms of color and appearance. But on a closer inspection, we see that on the bottom side, there's not enough space between the visuals and the edge of the report. And then the spaces are uneven between all the visuals. So let's spend a couple of minutes and make sure all the visuals are nicely aligned in the report. As you can see, we can snap to grid lines. In this way, you can make sure that all your visuals are aligned to the same top or side. Now let me quickly run through it, and at the end of it we will have a very nice report. First thing we can do, we can make sure that we have the same space on vertical. So we can select all the visuals on one side, and then we go to Format, Align, and distribute vertically. Then what we can do is select all the other visuals in the middle, select Align, and align top. And we can do the same thing with these two. Over here, align top, and as you can see, it looks a lot better, but we can still tweak it here and there and make sure it looks good. And after a couple more minutes of playing around with position and alignment, there you have it. Your first report is complete, and I bet you didn't break a sweat. This is just the beginning. The more time you invest in creating reports and exploring data, the more effortless it will become. This will lead to significant improvements in the quality of your reports. Keep exploring and watch your reports evolve. At the start of the video, I highlighted the vital action of cleaning the data and creating the data model. These two steps are crucial for ensuring the accuracy of your report outcomes. In the upcoming video, I will walk you through the process I followed in cleaning the data for this report. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, share or subscribe. I'm Stellian, signing off. See you in the next video. Cheerio! If you enjoyed